Mr. Lloyd Kumbemba, you are the CEO of Bitcrack Cyber Security. Please explain to us the business that your company is actually in.
Well, Bitcrack Cyber Security is a security solution provider. We provide cybersecurity products and services. We protect companies from being destroyed. You know that a company is information that it has, because you can't manage a company. You can't manage a company without information. So what we do as a business is that we protect the information of an organization from outside hackers. Now, what is a hacker? A hacker is someone that comes from behind the scenes and comes into a system or accesses the system backdoor unauthorized. So we are there to protect this important strategic resource called information, so that these hackers are unable to access it. And because of that, we offer variety of product, services, and solutions that helps the customer to ensure that no one accesses this vital, important resource.
Thank you. But what makes you different from other cybersecurity companies?
Indeed. Traditionally, security, long time ago, 80s, 90s, probably in the 20th century, people think that security is antivirus. When you put an antivirus software on our machines, on our network, then we are secured. But because of the digital revolution, which is the fourth revolution that the world is experiencing right now, people have developed skills, particularly those people that want to destroy, have developed skills to go beyond the antivirus, to go beyond the levels, the traditional levels of security. Hence, we are now in a position also to develop solutions to combat these ideologies and things that destroy the industry of technology. So we have come up with solutions that enables companies to be able to secure this important resource. We have got different products. As I've said, I'm going to itemize some of the products that we have at a later stage. But for now, these products and solutions enables the industry, the customer to have enough equipment to combat security. What we differentiate ourselves as cybersecurity from a generic cybersecurity provider in the sense that we've differentiated ourselves through product innovation. Now, we've actually come up with a very, very innovative, groundbreaking solution called ThreatBox. In the realm of threat intelligence, this product is able to help to be able to detect online who is doing what in a network. So often we pick up the pieces when someone destroys or gets into a network and be able to destroy information, databases, systems. But now we've come up with a solution that differentiates us, which is ThreatBox, which detects internally, externally, who is wanting to destroy information.
Thank you. In spite of cyber attacks becoming increasingly frequent, companies, organizations, and even governments are often seen to respond timidly to potential threats. But what are the problems really with threat intelligence today?
Threat intelligence has got the following problem. Sometimes we over-provide, we overload with clients with so much information. The other side of internet is a situation where hackers are actually exchanging ideas of how to destroy cyber security space. So we over-provide this information with this type of information, so much so that one is overloaded with information and he doesn't want to know, he doesn't know what to do. So that's one problem. And the other problem is that people don't know what to do with this threat of ransomware, of malware. They don't understand this world of computers. They don't understand this world of cybersecurity. So by not knowing, ignorance makes them unable to do anything, unable even not to listen, because some of the jargon that IT brings along, IT security jargon brings along, makes them so confused that they just give up and they just leave or relegate everything to IT department to sort out, particularly the top part of the organization, the leadership, the exco, and the directors. So much so that, you know, these are the problem that threat intelligence brings, because threat intelligence comes with information, and that information must be processed in a manner that one is able to do an action out of it, rather than a whole host of information which makes someone become information overloaded.
Do you see also a change in mindset where companies or any other parties that would want to protect themselves against cyber attacks would consider their investment in a cyber security software or system exactly as an investment and not as an additional cost to their hardware? Is this mind shift happening?
Unfortunately, it does. It is happening. But unfortunately, it is happening at the wrong time. Executives, top leadership, companies only want to invest into cybersecurity after an attack. I've seen this over and over and over again. It's very unfortunate. It's like, for example, insurance. I've mentioned the example of insurance. Insurance, one has to understand the function of insurance, the function of paying up monies up front without having tangible rewards immediately after payment. It's long term. So therefore, one would need to understand the importance of insurance, that it so happened in an emergency, in a situation where he is not expecting problems to happen, when his organization or whatever he is protecting happens. That's when one realizes. So this is as well cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is a situation where one invests in cybersecurity without having a reward immediately after having invested. It so happened that once it happens, one would then start understanding. So this is where the problem is. So if people would realize this problem beforehand, and it will make life so better much better for them. But you realize that it has to happen first instead of happening before. Instead of being proactive, people react to these sort of decisions. And then you come and pick up the pieces. They've lost production time. They've lost resources, financial resources, material, you name it. But it is happening long after the event. Why don't you be proactive? Why don't you manage your business proactively? Of course, there's a money aspect that comes in, but cybersecurity protects the very key resource that we all want to protect. Without information, the company cannot thrive, because we manage based on information. And without protecting that information, we are not protecting the key resource that an organization depend on to run.
Does that mean that actually in your company's mission, you would often go to a client and either educate the client or conduct like cyber audits just for the client to see how exposed his hardware or his software is to such attacks?
Indeed. The first stage that we encourage the client to do is to do what is called vulnerability assessment. Now, vulnerability assessment is a situation where we see where the weaknesses are. We look at his internal and external network, his internal systems and everything, and then we advise him all these weaknesses are. That's the first thing. Now, having a window shaking or a door shaking does not necessarily mean that you can break it open. It can be shaking, you can shake it, yes. A hacker can come and shake it, but does that allow him to break into? No. We then do what is called penetration testing. Penetration testing is now to force that door open and see whether one can actually enter into that particular house or environment. So this is what we do also. So we recommend that any organization must be able to do vulnerability assessment almost every day, test their system, do what we call ethical hacking. Ethical hacking is not real hacking, but it's ethically done to see all these weaknesses that surround that system and try to penetrate as if you are a hacker. So much so that if you see these weaknesses, then you mend them, you fix them before the event of destruction comes in.
You mentioned Threatbox as an innovative product that your company came up with. And what has been your clients' reaction to this new product so far?
It's a great innovation, groundbreaking innovation. It's a disruptor to cybersecurity space. And obviously, the clients are responding very, very well. My colleague, Dimitri Fosikis, my chief technical officer, was in the US, I think about 5, 6, 7 months ago. He presented the box to the American audience, American corporates. They were extremely interested. And in America, that's where things begin. Technology begins in America most of the time. So in that environment, they appreciated it so much. And Threatbox has been accepted here as well in South Africa. We have discussed with a few customers, the likes of auditing firms, whom I'm not going to mention names, but they all want to partner with us for their clients' sake. And here in Mauritius, it is also making an impactful situation on the ground. As you can see, you've noticed the interest that people have when I introduce that subject. And people are very interested to know what is it that they can do in order to embrace and to get Threatbox into their corporates to prevent, internal and external threats available.
This brings me to my last question. You have set up a company in Mauritius. What is the rationale of your presence here?
The rationale of our presence here is that Mauritius is a foundation. Mauritius is a country that has embraced investment. The investment climate is so conducive. Mauritius has got an appetite of cybersecurity, and they've set themselves up. The cyber city environment just tells you a lot that this country is doing towards cybersecurity. And us to find among those leaders of technologies is a good thing. We would like to contribute towards their mission, their goal, Mauritian mission and their goals of establishing cybersecurity here. That's number one. Number two, most of the leading corporates in technology are here. And establishing ourselves together with those corporates is an advantage because we can also synergize and partner with those corporates in order to advance the agenda of IT security in the continent. Thirdly, it's also, Mauritius is also a center of investment. A lot of companies, not only just IT companies, are here. And the climate that is there, the zest of cybersecurity is important in Mauritian because the companies here need to be protected. The companies need cybersecurity solutions. So it's so conducive for us. It's so important for us that we need to establish ourselves in Mauritius because also the people here are so friendly. The people here are so receptive. The people here would like to help one another, particularly the likes of ABAX. ABAX has done a fantastic thing. ABAX has welcomed us. ABAX did not just welcome us so that they can provide us with services, of corporate services, but ABAX has gone further to say if you come to Mauritius, we are able to hold you by the hand. We are able to show you and be able to introduce you to different customers that can be able to boost your business in Mauritius. So what a gesture. Now, who can refuse a situation like that to partner with such a particular person? And this is the testimony, this conference this morning is testimony of what ABAX is able to do. We did not stop there. Because when someone extends a good gesture to you, normally you also return a good gesture, don't you? So what we've done is because we are so happy with what ABAX has done for us, in holding our hand, providing us with corporate services. We've also invited other people on their behalf. We've got other people that are also interested to come and invest in Mauritius. And we are going to give these clients to ABAX, hand them over so that they can entice them to come over and invest in Mauritius.
Lloyd, thank you very much for your time, and enjoy the rest of your stay in Mauritius.
I'm going to enjoy the rest of my stay in Mauritius, particularly at the beach. I hope one day I can find myself there and enjoying the very beautiful scenery and panoramic sea views and everything that you offer. I thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Have a good day. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.